Good morning and welcome to the automation. What's new in automation for Monday? I was going to say the automation morning show. It's so hard to break that habit. Welcome to what's new in automation for Monday, August 19th, 7:24 a.m. I'm starting a little early this morning. Got lots to do today, as I'm sure you do as well. I hope your week is off to a great start and your Monday is going really well. This show, if you're not familiar with it, this is the show I do every Monday morning to talk about the top stories we covered last week and what's coming this week. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Switch over to this view here. And if you guys any problems with the audio video, let me know in the chat. But let's go ahead and get started. Now, here I am on the post. So we are live streaming to theautomationblog.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter X, and Rumble. So if you're wondering where we're going to, and those are the locations I try to go to for these public freebie shows I do. So with that, you can see this is what it looks like at theautomationblog.com. And also, I'm starting to put for the free shows, I'm putting all the links over at theautomationblog.com. So if you're ever wondering, hey, I saw Sean talk about this in the automation news headlines or in the what's new in automation, I'm now putting all the links over there at theautomationblog.com. I want to make sure you guys, I can't go to every destination and put it in. I wish I had somebody I could have to do that, but it's just me here. So, but I am putting them all at theautomationblog.com. It's kind of easy for me to do that versus try to do 6 different destinations, 7 destinations. So let's go ahead and look at the top stories from last week. OnLogic, the IPC company, they launched AI consulting service to help you pick the right computer for your AI application. From there, we go over to Cognex. Cognex had a new feature that came out for their Insight Snap Vision sensors. This is an AI-powered counting tool. So this is supposedly simplifies counting setup when you're using this product. Red Lion released a couple of new RTUs, and what I thought was interesting about these were not only do these program with IEC 61131 languages, so you know what those are, but also for legacy support, they support the old Isograph, which I thought was very interesting. They do support Ethernet TCP, Modbus, and they even support Linux too. So very interesting product there. From there, we go over to inductive automation. Last week, we talked about their competition being down to just 2 finalists here, and the finalists were DMC and BIJC. Congratulations to them and everybody who took part in this competition. I know it can be difficult trying to program under stress, but you know, it's fun. So I congratulate everybody who took part. I know you all worked very hard on that. From there, we go over to Yokogawa. They released something called their OperX Open Automation SI Kit and OPC UA Management Package. Now, I'm not very familiar with Yokogawa and their OperX, but I did want to cover this. And just looking at this chart here, you can see there's a lot to this thing. And even support for 61499. We've talked with Schneider about that quite a bit in the past. From there, we go over to Siemens. Last week, they had a what they call their product note about their new compact field unit. And you can see all those links there. Let me just show you a picture of it. It's kind of like a block of I/O that can sit remotely on Profinet. Very cool. Of course, that's in an enclosure. You can see what it looks like there. And so next we go over to Rockwell Automation. I really thought this was interesting. This is an article. It's titled, "Is Your OT Software a Risk? Here's How to Tell." It's actually talks a lot about NIS2, which is a European directive that's coming into force in October, is what they say. And I thought it was very interesting. I actually got on my soapbox a little bit about this in the full-blown automation news show. If you remember, you probably saw that already. But in any case, from there, Copia had launched a new product for the Device Link. This is an extension. Of course, we've had Copia on to talk about their Git-based source control, about Device Link, about the state of DevOps and industrial automation. And this is a nice adder for Device Link. It gives you charts to see how well your automated backups are going. I just thought it was very interesting. From there, we went over to P&F, and they had, what I thought was an interesting article. Not that we're all working with excavators or mining machines. right? But it was still interesting to see where their products fit in these type of applications. The encoders and sensors that we use in other applications. And then finally, Global American made a good case for what they do compared to what some of the large IPC companies do. And a lot of what they do is providing not only the latest gen, but also being able to customize solutions for you if you need to keep an old gen or a many last gen application going. So we actually had them on the podcast if you want to check that out. As far as content I produced last week, I did produce a new episode. This one took a while. This was like 2.5 days in the making, or I say 2.5 weeks in the making. But I ran into some issues with versions, and so I cover that all in these videos. I'm not going to rehash that here. But this was how to get your PanelView Plus, which we all know only comes with Ethernet, right? How to get your PanelView Plus to talk to your Data Highway Plus PLCs, like in this case, SICK 500s and PLC 5s. And so I walked through the issues I ran into, and I walked through how I resolved it. And I do a quick little freebie, the Automation Minute episode here. And then I do the full, I think it's 40 plus minutes, soup to nuts, including what to do with old versions versus new versions. That's a member exclusive episode of the Automation Show. So that was, did that come out Wednesday? I think that came out Wednesday night. And that pushed the Automation Podcast to Thursday. But I really enjoyed this episode. This is sponsored, no commercials. Video is absolutely free for everybody. Thank you, Siemens, for sponsoring. When vendors sponsor it just makes it so much easier on us to cover our costs. So this is their new G220 VFD. Okay, and I thought it was very interesting. This was Ivan who came on, and he was great. And he goes through like not only just the product, and the horsepowers and the frame sizes and all that. He also talked about their goal for this drive, like what were they trying to accomplish with releasing a new drive. And this is a high performance drive. This isn't going to be your popcorn drive that you put on very inexpensive applications. This is for those high end automation again, you can use it on anything, but it's designed to try to meet all your applications, right? So to be your mainline drive for the complicated stuff as well as for the standard stuff. But I really enjoyed how he went through and talked about what their thought process was in designing this. And I thought it was really very interesting, very interesting. You can see here at the Automation Blog, you can see the video and the audio. I've changed these. I spent some time this weekend in evenings last week changing the design of the thumbnails. You'll start to see that show up on the homepage of the Automation Blog. I'm just trying to make it easier for me to crank these out. From there, we go over to the Friday. We had the question of the week, and we also had the full-blown Q&A for Level 2 members and students. The question of the week, we were talking about the really what specifications do you need when you're buying a new laptop? What are your minimum requirements to run both Rockwell's latest programming software and Siemens' latest programming software? Now, I know there's a lot more packages out there in Rockwell and Siemens, but there was limited time to crank this guy out. So I did put links here right at the Automation Blog that anybody can see to the V36 system requirements and V19 system requirements for Siemens. And you can check them out yourself. And I share my thoughts. I use everything in VMware. And I actually just put VMware on this machine here. So I've so many licenses of VMware lately with the training computers. I'm actually just bought another one for the home office so I can take calls there. I want to do mentoring. So I paused doing mentoring for students, but I'm going to reopen mentoring again next week, I think. So I want to be able to do that from home because I want to be able. A lot of people need it after hours. So in any case, we also did a full Q&A. Now I'm changing these full Q&As. This is a level 2 and student Q&A. You can come, you can ask anything you want. Level 2 is $25 a month. Level 1 is $10 a month. So with the level 2, you can come up, ask any questions you want, or you can submit them ahead of time. I also take the random ones that come in from the internet and I cover them. But I'm also adding to this a section. If I don't have enough questions to fill the whole half hour, I'm going to start going through some of the process simulators that I think people learning or trying to shop in their programming schools will want to know about and want to learn how to use. So that'll kind of be an aside. I'm actually going to do courses on all those process simulators, but kind of covering it first for the members and students will help me kind of refine what I'm going to do in the lessons. So in any case, you'll find that all there. And again, I try to live stream these to all 6 or 7 destinations I mentioned earlier. And then, of course, members are available on YouTube and theautomationblog.com. As far as the Unified Comfort Panel and Unified Basic Panel course, I'm working on that every day, trying to put 5 hours into this every day, and it's still $60. It will be going up to in price at September 1st. So if you want to grab a copy of it, you own it for life. You pick it up now, you own it for life. Phase 1, I'm going to go through doing a basic application next, and then I'm going to be going through an advanced application with trending, alarming, and so on. So that's what's going to be in phase 1. And you can see when I zoom in, my HTML formatting isn't perfect, but here we go. So in any case, and I'm on 125 here as well, but yeah, I have to do the HTML as well. But in any case, you can see I can actually buy it for somebody. You don't have to buy it for yourself. You can, and this is good for a purchasing agent. So if a purchasing agent wants to buy a voucher, they can do so. And I don't know that this link goes, no, that goes to the catalog because I don't have the data sheet built yet. So in any case, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. I did want to talk about over at the Automation blog, though. I did update, and on YouTube for members, I did update the sneak peek this morning so you can see what vendors I'm meeting with, what vendors I'm reaching out to. If you want to suggest vendors or contacts, please let me know. So I try to update that. That's not available to the public. That's a member benefit. And it's right here on the Automation blog if you're a member there. And then it's over on YouTube in the community section where you can post stuff for members there. So you can see everything I'm working on right now. And again, if you're curious, like what comes with the membership, I do have to update this. I have many things planned for the future, but as of right now, the only thing that I'm not doing here that the after shows, I just haven't found time to do that. But I should make available because I am doing the weekly Q&A live streams. But in any case, I got to get back to working on the community and the library of downloads. But let's see if that's it. I think that's it. If you want to become a member, $10 a month or $25 a month, you can do so over at theautomationblog.com/join or YouTube /@InsightsIA/join. I put those links everywhere. It's easy to find. And with that, that is it. That's everything that was new last week. The top stories I covered. Again, all the links over at theautomationblog.com in this article. You can't miss it. And all the stuff I published last week, all the stuff I worked on. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do Wednesday for the Automation Show a Minute. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm kind of like done with that other module we've been working on because of the frustration I had with the last video. So won't be working on that again. But I really don't know what I'm going to do. But we'll see. We'll see when Wednesday rolls around. I'm sure I'll have something for you members and for the Automation Minute as well. But with that, I think that's it for today. The news will be tomorrow morning. So we'll be back here tomorrow morning doing the news, the headlines, and the full show. And we'll go from there. So with that, I want to wish you all good health and happiness. I hope you have an awesome week. And until next time, my friends, peace.